everyone, it's Christine here with the Unknown Humans Remain True Crime podcast. Today we are going to look at UP72619. It is the death of a female in Texas, April 12th, 2020. So here we have our case. It is an unidentified female. They are listing it as possibly multiple ethnicities or nationalities. We'll go with ethnicities. And the body was found April 12th, 2020 in Austin, Texas. And the age range is estimated to be between 40 and 55 years old. We've got a medical examiner case number here. Again, it's a biological female, and the race and ethnicity says white or Caucasian, and then comma uncertain. So I guess they're not able to necessarily tell. She is estimated to be an adult, 40 to 55 years old, and the estimated year of death, 2020. So she was found in April of 2020, so possibly deceased between January and April. Height 5'2" measured, weight cannot estimate. The body again was found April 12, 2020. The NAMA's case was created August 12, 2020, so that's pretty good. They were pretty quick on getting that entered. Again, Austin, Texas, 78748 in Travis County. No GPS coordinates. Let's see what it says. The circumstances of recovery are: the decedent is an individual of unknown age and race whose remains were located in a wooded area on 4/12/20. Just prior to 14:45 hours, which is 2:45 in civilian time telling, a resident of the nearby apartment complex was walking his dog along the trails in a wooded area when his dog began to walk off the trail down a decline in the trees and discovered the decedent. 911 was called. That's interesting. We'll get back to that. Inventory of remains not recognizable, decomposing putrefaction, brown hair, no eye color, and there was apparently clothing here. An Express brand top, pink, size extra small. Hollister bootcut brand jeans, size 0S, 0 short, waist 24, length 31. Adidas adult male size 7.5 shoes on the body. Okay, that's weird. But for some reason, she was wearing Adidas adult male size 7. So this is interesting. I'm going to go back. Well, let me talk about the clothing while I'm here. Just what comes to mind is the name clothing, whether it was new or old. Was this person that had a little bit of a decent income to wear those brands? My thought is, what do those brands mean in 2020? Very tiny, and Adidas adult male size 7. That's kind of strange, unless let's see, April in Texas, in Austin. Not sure what the weather's like, but it could be. They said age 2020. So it's not bones. Sorry, I'm just talking through this. I'm jumping all over the place, I know, but I'm talking through this. So they're saying decomposing putrefaction. So it wasn't bones yet. And the putrefaction is when it starts to decomp, which to me would be kind of fairly, just not knowing anything really except what it says here, would be more fairly recent than bones that it had been out there a while, okay? And it doesn't say whether it's a short sleeve top or a long sleeve top. And with the sneakers, just interesting, the male shoes, although it's a size 7, maybe she wanted, I don't know how the size 7 equates to for a female, or did somebody put shoes on? That's where I'm going with that. That's interesting to me. Did they make an attempt to take her somewhere, or was that what she was normally wearing? And then we've got, this is very interesting, A resident of the nearby apartment complex walking his dog along the trails in a wooded area. Okay, so obviously this is a very frequented area from what it says, right? That's what it sounds like. When his dog began to walk off the trail, down a decline into the trees, and discovered the decedent. So with the putrefaction and everything, I'm thinking it's probably more recent than not, because if people are walking, especially their dogs, and walking along these trails and playing in this area, they probably would have noticed her, right? Nothing in the area. They're not talking about anything about a transient. Really, really interesting. So let's see what we can find on this 78748. It's not giving us GPS coordinates, so we're probably not going to be able to tell much, but let me see if I can find what I see when I pull up that zip. Okay, so when I immediately pull up this zip, well, this is interesting over here. We've got some water with the dog. These are photos that people have taken. I am not seeing the water right away over here by the high school. It looks like, okay, so there's a skating rink. We've got Southland Oaks. Let me put it in satellite. Oh, so there's a lot of housing here. But it doesn't, I think it says nearby apartment complex. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's see if we can find some apartments here as opposed to houses. Slaughter Creek at Twin Oaks, Greenbelt. Okay, here's some apartments. Okay, here's some other apartments. Well, let me go back. I've got to go back to make sure. Oh, we're in the boundary. Okay, so we've got to stay in the zip boundary here. Yeah, there's a lot of, those look like houses. Those could be the apartments. Yeah, there's quite a bit of looks like there could be a lot of yeah, there's a lot of apartments here. I don't know why I'm drawn to this Parkview Terrace. It talks about a hill. We don't have necessarily we can do the terrain for the topography. But it says down the hill. So I don't know. We're not going to be able to tell too much from this. I'm trying to get back to the regular map here. Yeah. So we probably can't tell too much from this, but it's very interesting with the clothing. And it's a nearby apartment complex. And I think the dogs would have smelled, people would have smelled, or they would have found something sooner rather than later. I don't know. With the clothing, we can always check. We can go in and we can check in the missing persons database for around that time to see if anybody noticed anybody that was missing. It says the condition was not recognizable, so maybe it had been there sometime. But yeah, very weird being in physical clothing, accessories, no pictures. Nope. So that seems to be all we have for this case. All right, well, let's see what we can do for this poor woman. I'm going to go ahead and check the missing persons just to see if anything stands out to me. We appreciate you watching or listening wherever you come to this. If you'd like to help us support the mission so we can donate to the police department to get this person identified, the lab work is around $4,500 to $7,500, and you can buy a shirt, a mouse pad, all kinds of different things at the Ponytail Publishing store, shop.ponytailpublishing.com. And thank you. If you could please like and share, and let us know how we can help you. All right. We'll talk to you next time. This is Christine, and this is the Unknown Humans Remain True Crime Podcast.